And we're back. What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. Thank God. Tomorrow's Friday. I can't wait for the weekend to start. Cheers to you guys, by the way. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Listen, real quick, got to throw it out there because, again, I'm on Facebook and I see these little unfortunate things that I see about people writing on their statuses. I got to tell you something. If there's negative stuff going on in your life, take it from me, because I was at a point in my life where I had a lot of negative stuff going on in my life. And I will tell you this, the best thing that you could do is go old school, pen and paper. Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write down all the negative things that are in your life and all the negative people that are in your life. I don't care how many pages you need, write it all out. And now you need to reflect on what are you going to do to get these people out of your life, and what are you going to do to get all this negative stuff and events that are occurring in your life, and what could you do to move in a positive direction to eliminate that stuff. There's a lot of things will come from that. You're going to feel a lot better because you're going to feel like you got something lifted off your shoulders. And now you're going to have a lot more free time on your hands, and now you could start replacing all that negative stuff and those negative people with positive things that you want to have in your life. And I understand we have family, and sometimes like we can't fully get rid of some negative people in our lives, but you're in charge of your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can control a lot, when it comes to interactions with people and things like that. So eliminate the negative and replace it with the positive. So homework tonight for some of those people that I've seen those statuses. I'm with you. I've been there, but I was able to turn my life around. You could do the same thing. Start with just writing it down. Names of people that are negative and things that are negative in your life. Start there. Let me know. Hit me up. All right, without further ado, no more of that mushy stuff. I got Big Mo coming on. My man. We're going for it. I don't know. He might be the tallest ring announcer in the world. We're going to find out. But Big Mo, he's doing big things, and he's the official ring announcer for BYB. We got a big show coming up, BYB 10. I think it's going to be pretty dope. I want to get Big Mo's thoughts on it. 8:30, we got Angelo coming on to talk about his fight. But without further ado, let's get my man Big Mo on and talk about it. Big Mo.
My guy, my Italian brother from
How you doing?
a different mother.
My
What's
man,
good,
it was long overdue, bro. Welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you on, my brother. We met at BYB 8 in Miami.
Well, whoa. We did not meet at BYB. We met way back digitally over social media. For those of you that don't know, Joe was actually one of the first people to kind of like see what I was doing. Joe was like one of the first people to like really show me love. So I appreciate you, man. You've been kind of rocking with me since the beginning, so I really appreciate that. So we met virtually way before that, but we met in person, at BYB.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up, man. Listen, when I see people that are doing big things and trying to do big things, and you're just hustling and working hard and trying to achieve a goal and a passion of yours, that lights something up in me, man, because I what I just said before you came on was the God's honest truth, man. I've been through some rough times, and the only way you could get rid of those bad, negative things in your life is by writing them down and figuring out a way to how to eliminate them, and then try to do something positive with your life. And also, very important, encouraging people this in the same breath. You want to do good, but you don't want to knock people down. You want to lift people up. We got to do more of that. You know what I mean? I see enough hate out there, bro.
Amen to that. Everything you said is spot on, man.
Listen, you're doing big things, man. Now, first thing, bro, you're the tallest ring announcer on the planet right now. What's up?
I'm the tallest. I'm the youngest. Probably the loudest. Pick an adjective.
My man. Listen, well, how tall are you? 6'7"?
6'7", yep.
6'7". So you're around my height. That's cool.
Yeah. Typical Italian.
Bro, well, I call myself standard guinea size, 5'8" on a good day if my hair is gelled right, But I'll tell you what.
Hair. I feel you.
Listen, bro, you got the hair game too. We may have to start a podcast after this. Big Mo and Little Joe. I think it's got a ring to it, bro.
I love it. Damn, that was quick. You've been thinking about that one.
bro. We got a couple teed up upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Love it.
So, bro, I've seen, I've followed your story, and I'm sure there's a lot I don't know, but you started out, you were in football for a while, no?
Yep. Yeah, I was a college football player, and then oddly enough, it's kind of funny how it all led together. But at the end of my college football career, I started doing a lot of live event hosting. I got really into, I don't know, I've always loved entertainment. And while I was in college, and I ended up getting my MBA too while I was there, and while I was studying, I kind of had an idea that I wanted to work in entertainment. I thought that I wanted to be an agent or a manager or something. I was just fascinated with the industry, just working with really, really interesting people. And then eventually I started hosting these shows, and I had a buddy that was like, "Hey man, like, have you ever thought about doing commentary, like football, basketball? Because I played it my whole life." And I was like, yeah, not really. I've never really thought about it, but I love combat sports. So I connected with a fight promotion out of Colorado called Sparta. They brought me on as a commentator. Saw the ring announcer. I can do that. Took over that, created my own brand, and fast forward, here we are.
Wow, man. And at that, how old were you at that time?
So I was, when I started announcing, I think it was 23.
Wow, 23 years old. Very ambitious. And
a little bit.
And creating your own brand too. That's very important. We see a lot of people trying to create a brand, but it's very difficult to be successful. And a lot of people aren't consistent, and they get frustrated and they stop. And I always tell people, don't quit. While you're building your brand, it may not pan out exactly the way you think it's going to pan out. You may fail a few times. I've tried different things. I've had different podcasts that, I'm feeling out the kinks, bro.
Yeah.
May we always feel out those kinks. Never get complacent, never get comfortable, always want to do better and do more. So much respect to you, bro, for doing what you do, man. So you 23 years old, ready to build a brand. Now you're ring announcing. What was that like? That experience is like getting in the cage for the first time.
It was, I don't know, man. It was weird because, so I got brought on initially. They wanted a kind of a young commentator, more of an energetic color person. And so I definitely could do that. And I love doing commentary, and I still do it from time to time. And, I saw the ring announcer, and I was like, I don't know, man, like that seems like something that I could do. And so the promoter was like, yeah, but we've had the same guy the whole time. And I said, okay, but what if I'm better? And that's the conversation I've had with every promotion that's ever hired me. People don't understand, like, I've never started with a new brand. I've always been hired and replaced somebody else. And the reality is that I tell them, like, well, what if I'm better than your current option? And they go, what do you mean? Like, you're a better announcer? I go, no, because that's subjective, right? Some people love Bruce Buffer. Some people love Michael Buffer. Some people have different tastes. I don't mean it like that. But what if I can help your product get better? What if I can sell more tickets? What if I can sell more pay-per-views? What if I can help increase alcohol consumption at the venue? What if I can sell merchandise? Like, what if I can do these things? Would that make me a more valuable asset? And then they go, well, yeah, of course. And I go, great. Well, then let's try it. And so that's kind of just how all of it's happened. And yeah, no, it was interesting. And it was nervous when I started, and I was kind of just feeling it out. And then after a few shows, a lot of people started coming up to me, even though I was nowhere near what I am now. Like, looking back, like, I was dog shit in comparison now. But I had a lot of people that were like, I like your energy. I like your voice. I think you've got some here. And then enough people said it, and I was like, huh, I wonder if I am onto something here. And then that's where it all really took off. So
very cool, man. I find that interesting that you went that route. Very entrepreneur, ish, I should say. But that's cool. Hey, you're thinking outside the box, man. You got to do that, man.
Yep.
I tell people, like, when I talk to people, I get, I'm sure now you're becoming very successful. So I'm sure a lot of people are hitting you up, and I'll get people that'll hit me up, and they'll be like, yo, man, like, can I get some tips or tricks or like things that you do with your podcast or how you market and stuff like that? And, I'm never one to not try to help somebody. I'm not going to give you my whole blueprint, because my whole blueprint's technically not even really figured out yet, so, but I will help people, kind of like, hey, look, go in this direction, see how you do there, and we, having that information, and then being able to help people along the way is very good, you know. So I like the
Definitely.
fact that you were thinking outside the box, and I like how you're like, yo, I can help you with sales, I could do this, I could do that. That's smart, man. You got some good mentors around you, I bet.
Yeah, no, I've been very lucky to meet some of the people that I've met very early. I mean, obviously, I have business mentors. I'm an entrepreneur by heart, and but you know, within this realm, I've been able to connect with some really, really interesting people, and I think that stems from the route that I've taken with my career is a lot different than a lot of announcers. A lot of announcers, they get on with a promotion early, the promotion likes them enough, they sign a deal, and then they're the announcer for that promotion forever.
Yeah.
I took a very different approach. I started out like an indie wrestler almost. Like I started on the local regional scene,
Yeah.
made enough noise, and then I'm in Dubai announcing Eddie versus Thor in front of 1.4 million people. Like that's just that comes down to if you do a good enough job, people will see. And I've been able to make great friends in the industry that have helped me along the way. And you know, there's too many to name, but I mean, all of those people have ultimately given me just little tidbits of information, different ideas, you know, whether it's, I became friends with Campbell McLaren, one of the original creators of the UFC, started Combate Americas. He gives me one piece of information. I become really close with Dave LeDuc, who was a lightweight fighter. Guess what? He can give me one tidbit of information. So you meet all these people along the way, and there's even more that have helped me, and you guys know who you are. But you can glean little bits and pieces from everything, and then you start to piece this puzzle together, and then that's how you arrive at something that's pretty unique. So
I agree 100%, man. And you know, I'm real curious about how you got into BYB. Was it a similar situation? You're like, hey, you know, I could do this, I could do that. Like, what was how did that go down?
So I like announcing all sport types. I'm one of the few announcers that announces kind of everything. I do MMA, I do boxing, I do bare knuckle, and I've had a lot of MMA work, of course. Boxing here and there, it's a little bit spottier. But the bare knuckle, I was like, man, you know, I'd love to find a bare knuckle, and I really wasn't necessarily pressing for it. And then I got a DM from Mike Vasquez, and I didn't know that he was the owner initially because I didn't know. He started hitting me up, and then he had me send my stuff over, and then I talked to the production team over there, and the next thing you know, I was in Miami announcing at the James Knight Center. So it's, you know, it's just crazy how all that came together. But I love working for BYB. That's the other piece of it. You know, I talk about mentors. The entire BYB media team is mentors to me, whether it's Paulie, whether it's Claudia, whether it's Mike Goldberg, whether it's Dave Ryan, whether it's Benny Ricardo. Like, that's probably the most stacked media team I've ever seen. And with me in the ring, I believe we have an all-star team, an all-star group when it comes to a production standpoint. But all those guys have been mentors for me too. So, you know, I've really, really enjoyed working for BYB.
Yeah, it's an exciting promotion. I've been to quite a few events already, and I look forward to being at the next one.
Oh yeah,
And it's just intense, man. Well, it was kind of funny because we had a nice, funny exchange at 8, which was really funny. I'm like screaming on the top of my lungs. I'm like, "Whoa, Big Mo!"
I was like, I recognize that guy. Who is like, oh my god, that's Joe.
No, but it was so funny too because you came like full character, bro. You like walk right out to me, sunglasses on, which I'm kind of shocked you don't have those shades on right now.
I know. I only wear them in the ring. That's my thing.
Okay,
So.
I got you. And you like boom, full promo. It was like my guy's a pro, man. He comes correct. He comes ready.
Always. No, and that's like, I don't know, like it's not even really getting in character, man. It's just that for some reason, like I love entertaining people. It's weird. Like I love being in front of a crowd. I love watching people's reactions. Like it fucking gets me going. And so, you know, it's not even a promo. It's not even a character. It's just, you caught me when I was kind of in the zone, and that was it. So
that's cool. I feel the same way, man. I like crowds don't scare me. Like I just think it's, I don't know, man. It's like an adrenaline rush, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, public speaking is the number one fear amongst people, and obviously you're comfortable with it. Clearly, obviously I'm comfortable with it, and I think that just comes from a comfortability standpoint. I think a lot of it stems from, I think, just being around adults when you're younger too helps with that. Again, it gets you comfortable engaging in conversation and things like that. And so, yeah, obviously you're very skilled at it, and that just came from experience and just repetition. So,
yeah, bro, it's funny you brought that up because I'm an only child. I don't have any brothers and sisters. So when I grew up, I was around adults a lot because my parents would have, you know?
Preach. Yep.
Yep.
No, I was the same way. I have step siblings, but kind of not as attached with them, and so I was basically an only child too. So I feel exactly where you're coming from, man.
Bro, it was like, wasn't it crazy? Like when family get-togethers, there was only adults around. You were the only kid. Like that was me growing up. I was always around
You
adults.
sat at the adults table, man. You engaged in adult conversation. You hung out with them. You all that stuff, and I think that's really valuable.
Yeah, I learned a lot. It made me very comfortable around a lot of people. And then when I was around people my age, I always, not that I felt smarter than them, but I just felt I was at a different level in a sense
Yeah.
of interacting and communicating. I was
Yes.
communicating, interacting with adults a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
and that's when, as I was growing up, quite a few of my friends were older than me.
Yep.
It was just how it was, you know. But
Yep.
yeah, I think you make a good point.
Yeah. No, you're a product of your environment, and so if you surround yourself with more intelligent people, whether that just becomes of who you hang out with or the age of the people or the experience of people you hang out with, if you surround yourself with those types of people, then it's going to rub off. You're going to start to adapt and see how they interact and engage, and then you'll start to replicate it.
So you lost some weight too, I noticed, man. You were on some weight loss. Were you like, it was like a weight loss journey for you? Like what was going on, man?
So I finished college football, and when I finished playing, I was only about 295. The heaviest I was about 310. I was lighter my senior year, but I finished and I was like, I don't want to be out of shape anymore. And I'm big into, I have idols and I have people that I look for, and I think that's really important to kind of goal set. And I saw a lot of the icons of the world are in really good shape. Whether it's The Rock or Chris Hemsworth, like they're all in really good shape. And I'm like, I can look like that. Like the only thing that stopped me is me. So I don't know. I just kind of saw that and I was like, I no longer want to be heavy, and started probably not the healthiest way, crash dieted a little bit here and there, but I got to a physique where I'm comfortable and now much happier in my own skin. So
That's the most important thing, bro. It's being comfortable, man. And you gotta love yourself, bro. You gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
amen.
you gotta take care of yourself, man. But what was the heaviest you were? I mean, you're a tall guy naturally, so obviously you're gonna be heavy in weight. But what was the heaviest you were at? And now, and what weight are you now?
Heaviest I was about 315 my sophomore junior year. And now I'm about 220.
Wow, almost a
Yeah.
100 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
What did you do to lose all that weight? What was the main, like, the main thing?
So one, I mean, I had a roommate of mine, my best friend. He also was a really heavy guy. He was 300 plus pounds, so we actually got to be kind of teammates and hold each other accountable type of thing. But
Two
mostly just
buffaloes.
exactly. Just good diet, cardio. It's, to be honest, like weight loss it's actually very simple. The weight loss itself. Now, muscle building, that's different. But if you just want to lose weight, if you just want to burn fat, whatever your resting metabolic rate is, whatever your normal calories are, you just eat less than that. It doesn't matter. It is truthfully that simple. So anyone can do it. I don't like excuses for people saying like I can't lose weight. You can. So
You can. I've been eating tofu lately.
really, how do you
Yeah,
like it? I can't stand it.
I'm okay with it. I'm
Huh?
okay with it.
What does the
Yeah,
Italian family think?
they may have just found out now. Actually,
I was gonna
what's the matter
say.
with this guy? This guy's a Wonder Bread Wop. He's not really Italian. This
I
freaking guy.
love it.
Bro, no, it's impressive, man. I was, I mean, like I said, I'm 5'8", bro. So my heaviest, I was about 195, but I was much more muscular. It was in my weightlifting days
Yeah.
where I was lifting heavy weight and I was in really good shape. Little bloated at times. I wasn't like shredded, but I
Yeah.
was in good shape. But I had to drop the weight. I had a weightlifting accident. I have 9
Oh.
herniated discs in my back.
Woo.
I have a bulging disc in my C4 C5. So I'm banged up, but I can still work out. I just have to, think I can't work out as heavy as I used to, and I just try to stay in shape. But the reason for the tofu is because, well, I obviously can't lift as heavy and I can't train as hard as I would like to because my body will not allow it. So I'm like, all right, what can I do and change in my diet so I can at least maintain a halfway decent physique so I could, wear a medium, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Exactly. I feel
so
you on that.
yeah, so I was like, let me try this tofu out. So I tried it out at Payway just to like get an idea. Obviously, they throw their little mix in there to make it taste good, but I mean, 400 calorie meal, you can't go wrong. So
True. That's a good point. I agree with you there.
I'll try it out, bro. See how you like it. You gotta let me know.
I'll test. I'll let you know.
Do a test run, bro. So we got a big card coming up, BYB 10. I wanted to get your take on it. I know you're in the mix, bro. So what are your thoughts on this card? It's coming up May 28th in Biloxi, man. Tell me about it. What's going on in your head with this whole card?
I mean, it falls in line with everything I've seen from BYB thus far. When I joined on right before BYB 8. The BYB 8 was my first show. And I knew a little bit about the brand, but I didn't know too much. But what I can see from them is the matchmaking is freaking excellent. Mel Valenzuela has been a matchmaker for a really long time. He does a phenomenal job with BYB. And the action is unmatched. It is the smallest surface in combat sports. And I have seen violent sports. I helped bring Letway to North America. Only Letway. I announced the first Letway fight in North America, and then I announced Dave LeDuc's championship fight in North America.
First I was supposed to be there, bro.
MMA. Yeah, I know, dude. That's why I thought I was going to meet you the first time.
I don't know.
So I've seen violent shows. I know what it's like to see it. And BYB is, that Trigon is unforgiving, man. It's crazy. I mean, 90% knockout rate. I posted on my story yesterday. It's for those of you that watch combat sports, that like the stand and bang, that like the pure violence, that like the blood, that like all that, BYB, literally, there couldn't be a better show designed for you. It's the most brutal sport that I've been a part of. I mean, just the damage that these guys take and give also. I mean, they're warriors. And BYB 10, you talked about the card. I mean, what else can you ask for? We got a heavyweight championship fight. We have Patty Juarez coming back. I mean, the card is, I mean, we got LT Nelson. People know about LT Nelson. I actually announced him back in the day for Sparta when I first started announcing. The first show I ever announced was a show called King of Sparta, which was a tournament that they built where it was 3 rounds, 8 competitors. First round was boxing, second round was kickboxing, third round was MMA. So the championship fighter won 3 fights in one night. The first show I ever did, LT Nelson won that. He's then since done every combat sport under the sun, and he's going to be on this card too. This card's going to be unbelievable.
He's a beast, man. I saw his last fight in BYB, bro.
Yep.
Guy's a true warrior, man.
Yep, it's going to be an amazing card.
There's a lot of beef going on with that heavyweight championship match because I had a couple of interviews I did. I interviewed Tony Lopez. Tony Lopez is like, yo, I'm dropping him within 3.
Yep.
And I got, Jordan Mitchell on the other end saying, this guy's nuts, man. Like,
So I've now announced them. I've announced both of them, and I announced Tony actually way back when I was still, back when I was doing MMA. Tony's been around for forever. So the thing is that it's an interesting matchup to me because Jordan Mitchell's, I think, a little bit newer to the scene. I think that he's powerful. I mean, crazy powerful. Like it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, he's got a high knockout rate in his MMA fights.
But on the flip side, Tony Lopez is the freaking Terminator. I mean, at this point. He's had over 100, ladies and gentlemen, professional fights, and he still keeps ticking. He beat Josh Burns in his last bare knuckle fight. Like Tony Lopez is an animal. So I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be almost like 2 different generations, I guess. No disrespect to Tony, but two different generations fighting. It's crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Which I thought it was very funny because this guy, he threw it back on me, but dude's like, Jordan Mitchell was like, I got beef with Tony Lopez since the MySpace days. I'm like, MySpace? He's like, yeah, because when I was coming up as an amateur, I was fighting one of his buddies, and Tony Lopez was like, oh, that guy's a bitch, And he said, ever since then, I got it out for Tony Lopez. So my dude, he's holding on to a grudge from MySpace. So
wow.
And they were going back and forth too. I saw them going back and forth on one of our posts that we did when I collaborated with BYB on an interview post, and I saw them going at it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna get crazy.
MySpace beef. Wow,
MySpace beef.
I haven't heard MySpace in a long time. That's a long grudge to hold. We'll see what happens.
Let me tell you something. MySpace, I'll take that over Facebook and Instagram any day of the week, man. It was so chill. It was like you got a profile, throw some pics up, throw a little background music, and everybody's having a good old time, man.
Yep.
And there was no censorship. It was just do your thing. Now forget it, bro. You can't even sneeze without getting a freaking ban on something, bro.
Well, MySpace was man. MySpace is what taught us how to code. You customize your profile, put in some code on your profile design.
I'm telling you, man. So, bro, I want to thank you for coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. You got fans in the chat, man. Everybody's shouting out Big Mo. And my man, and shout out to the people in the chat, too. Thanks for joining. We got Mike Kanowski, my guy, Mason Dixon, my guy, Scott Burt in the house.
Yep.
There he is. Oh, he said, you're the only one out there that could rival his suits.
Hey, Scott Burt. This finger, man, I think it would look really good with a bare knuckle Hall of Fame ring on that. I don't know if I'm too young yet. We'll find out. But Scott, we got to figure it out now.
Yeah, Scott, you got to throw if you ever, consider a ring announcer like this guy, go for it. If you ever consider a bare knuckle podcaster, bro.
You see, listen, now you're thinking.
I wouldn't mind. Even if you want to throw me a replica, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Well, Joe, I appreciate you having me on, man. I got to give big ups to you. I don't know. I value people that, are really ingrained in the community. I think that's what makes combat sports so cool is like, even if it's MMA or boxing or bare knuckle or whatever, like the community is really what makes it. And I value people that are really in the community, talking to people, hanging out, whether it's, a small up and coming amateur fighter, whether it's a world champion, like people that really just hang out in the community. I think that's what helps it grow. And you were one of the first people to acknowledge what I was doing. I'm forever thankful to you, man. Joe, you got an eye for talent. I'll put it like that. Hey, man. But man, you're a good dude. I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you all the fans that were showing love in the comments. Thank you all those that watch what I do. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias. And as always, get wild. And I'll see you in Mississippi.
See you in Mississippi, baby. Thank you, Big Ball. Appreciate you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you, Joe. See you soon, bro.
See you soon. Bye. Oh, that's my guy, Big Mo. Great guy, man. Make sure you follow my boy. He's a good dude. Yes, and you're right. Rolling Mars. That's right. So now I got my next guest coming on. Long overdue. It's my fellow Brooklyn guy right here. So we definitely got to talk about it. Joey Angelo's got a big fight coming up May 28th against Brandon Johnson. So I want to get him on right now. Let's do this. There he is.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Sweet. How we doing today?
How we living, man? How we living in Vegas, bro?
Good, man. Just working nonstop. Weight cuts coming off a little easier now that the sun's out and it's getting hot in Vegas now, so not too bad.
Good for you, bro. How much more to go?
Dude, I started my weight cut at 232. I am 211, and I got to get down. Brandon wanted to fight at 195, so not too bad.
All right, bro. You almost there, man. Just
easy
keep
work.
Drinking that water, baby. A little sauna.
Yeah, water. and my unsalted nuts. So.
Hey, bro, listen. You in Vegas, bro? You just walk around the block a couple times, man.
I don't want to get the sunburn. I'm Italian, but not the Italian you are. I'm also
bro.
Irish, so I burn.
I'm Italian and Irish too, man. I burn too, bro.
That's crazy. But yeah, everything's good, man. Camp is going well. I'm excited just to get in there.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this because I know you're excited to get in there because you've been dealing with a lot of challenges along the way. Some canceled fights. You were supposed to fight for a 185 title with Isaac Doolittle. That didn't pan out. What the hell was going on with that, bro? I want to get it from you. I don't want to get it from anybody else.
Yeah, basically, I had a little legal issue with BKFC for shelving me for so long. I settled that. And then I guess when we had a couple people fall out, I wanted to fight Hector Lombard. He didn't want to fight. Anyways, I parted way with BKFC, came to BYB because they've always taken care of me. And with the Isaac Doolittle fight, I believe he was still under contract because back in the day, everyone signed a 3-fight deal with BKFC. So the fight got pulled because he was technically still under contract. So, and then, yeah, it's been rough.
Yeah, it sucks how that had to shake out for you, man. I mean, well, what's going through your head, man? You're like, oh shit, I got a title fight coming up. Of course, excited, and then to find out now it's not happening, man. Wasn't that? I mean, that had to really hit you.
Yeah, it sucked. I originally wanted to fight Jomi Escoboza, and he didn't want to fight me. So BYB basically said, fight or vacate, and he ran the BKFC. So, you know, fighting Isaac would have been fun. He would have been a good fight for me, but that didn't happen. So, it's been 2.5 years since I fought. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. And
Bro.
you were one of those guys that was out there protesting to fight. I've seen you. I've seen you
Everybody.
hopping on podcasts, calling people out, like doing whatever you can. Like why was it taking this long for you to get back in the ring? I mean, was it just bad luck with people canceling fights? Like what's the story?
Yeah, it sucked,
Wow.
man. Because listen, everyone knows I walk around heavy. I'm 230 pounds, so I fought heavyweight. I told everyone I'll fight heavyweight, I'll fight middleweight, I'll fight light heavyweight, I'll fight anything in between 185 and heavy. No one wanted to budge, Joe. No one wanted to fight me. And I know I got a lot of speed, and I know I got a really good record in MMA and bare knuckle, but shit, man, it's like it comes to a point where stop being a businessman, be a fighter. These dudes don't want to fight anymore. They want to cherry pick their opponents and get easy wins. That's pretty much what it is.
Damn, man. Well, Brandon Johnson stepped up. Much respect to him. And,
Yes.
so, what are your thoughts on Brandon stepping up and having this opportunity coming up at the end of this month?
First of all, I fucking love Brandon. That dude's an OG. We talk. Like, we're friends on Facebook. We're friends on Instagram. Like, he's a legit fighter. He's on a win streak right now, right? He knocked his last guy out. And then he just beat Yuli Diaz, I think his name is, in an MMA fight.
Okay.
But yeah, he's on a little bit of a win streak. He's got some momentum. He's the only one to step up and fight me. Dude's 43 years old, and he's got bigger balls and bigger heart than these guys my age. So yeah, we're gonna put on a good show.
Oh yeah, and that's a stacked card too. There's a heavyweight title fight on that card. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on this. I mean, crazy how it's still free on YouTube. BYB is beyond me, bro. Like people are getting free fights. So this is like I tell people, I'm like, bro, like you got to check out BYB. First of all, that Trigon ring, I love that Trigon ring, man. That is super. How do you like fighting in there? Because the last time you fought was, I think it was in the cage, right? Was it a triangular cage?
Yeah, I fought this. I fought in Wyoming, and it's it's interesting, dude. So there's one corner, and they call it the third man in the ring. There's one corner where if you get in, you're not getting out. This shit sucks.
Is this
and
it
I
right
did everything
here?
I can. Yeah, this fight didn't last very long.
Boom!
boom,
Look at
there
that
it is.
left. Woo!
Yeah, well, it happens. Right. Listen, when people get into that close quarters, they rush. They think, oh shit, I'm not in a big area, so they rush in. And everyone knows me that's been watching me fight. I'm a counter fighter. You rush in, you're just gonna get hit with lefts. And this fight was at 205 actually.
Okay. Yeah,
That's why I look a little.
This was a fun fight to watch. I remember watching this fight live.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just badass, man.
And sleep.
Woo,
That's it.
That's it. That's a wrap, bro.
You know what I hear the crazy thing is?
Yeah.
I was actually I had to make that fight fast because I was getting married the next week in Hawaii.
Oh, no kidding, man. Wow.
Yeah. So my wife was like, make this fast. And we're not getting messed up photos. So
Oh
yeah,
man, imagine having a black eye all stitched up for your wedding.
it pretty much sum up my relationship. Yeah, it's crazy,
Bro, is your wife, what's her nationality? Is she Hawaiian?
Guatemalan.
Guatemala, okay. Then
Yeah.
with the Italian, forget it. I can't even imagine what's
I know, it's ridiculous, man. But she's crazy, which is good.
But
Keeps
you
me-
need
keeps me on
crazy.
point.
Yeah, you need that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially you're a fighter, bro. You need to have somebody that's at your level. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's a good thing, man. So all
Yeah.
right, 2.5 years haven't been. Is it really been 2.5?
October of 2019 was my last fight, and I've gotten ready for. I was supposed to fight Dakota Cochran, and then COVID hit, A couple fall through. So yeah, I've been getting ready. It's been a 2.5 year training camp, pretty much.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit. What do you, I mean, 2.5. So I want to get into your mindset now because I know, there's other fighters out there that are probably dealing with similar situations. So, what's your mindset when you're like, damn, have a fight cancel, COVID happened, now I haven't gotten a ring in 2.5 years. How do you maintain that motivation to stay on top of your game and be ready?
Hold on. Bye, girls. Give me a kiss. Hold on, Joe. I'm sorry. Give me a kiss. Love you. Give me a kiss, baby. Love you. Girls are getting ready. Bye, baby. Bye. The girls are going out.
Girls' night.
Right. It's staying consistent because I'm 33 now, and I didn't want to stay stagnant too long because you stay still, you start to begin to die pretty much. So, honestly, Joe, training wasn't the issue. It was like staying motivated and just finding out how corrupt this game is and how petty it is. And I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but like BKFC, man, some of the guys over there, they're not. You could tell they're not out for the best interest of the fighters. Just doing stuff that they don't need to do just to hold people's careers up.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
If you should be you should be the judge of your own jury. You know what I mean? Like you should be the one to like, hey, this is what I want to do with my life, with my career path. Nobody should have the right to hold you back for reasons that don't make any sense aside from them just trying to
be petty.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Yeah, it's sorry to hear that. I've had some of my own personal experiences that I'm not a big fan of recently. I'm not going to call anybody out publicly, only because nobody has said anything negative about me. So I'll leave it at that. But privately, yeah, there's things that I've talked about that I'm just kind of like shaking my head, like if I'll put it this way, man. You're a fighter. You want to do the best you can for yourself, your career, your family. And you want to make sure that you have the most positive people possible in your circle. And if you're trying to help people along the way while you're trying to achieve your own goals and you get shit on and treated disrespectfully, I say fuck them, plain English.
Yeah, that's why my circle is very small, Joe. I have my kids, my wife, and my brother. That's it, man. Yeah, like I said, it was rough, man. Not a lot of people know, but I work 12-hour days. I work in the steelworkers union, so I'm in the sun all day with my hard hat, this and that. I work from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then I come home from work. I give my kids and my wife a kiss, real quick, and then I speed to the gym, and I'm at the gym for hours, and then I'm in bed by 9 p.m. That's every single day.
Wow.
So for me to train and train and train. And then for fights to get pulled out from under me, it sucks, man. It's demoralizing, but I knew physically I had to stay in shape. The mental part I could always work on.
Hey, I hear you on that, bro. But that's, I give you a lot of credit because you're waking up, going to work from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then going right to the gym. I mean, dude, that's taxing, bro. That's a lot. I mean, there's fighters out there that just train. That's what they do. That's it. You're out here hustling 12-hour shifts, and much respect to you, brother.
Thanks, man. It's taxing on and I own a company. I don't know if you've seen. I opened up a mobile dog washing company out here. I got 2 vans going all over Vegas washing dogs, and it's rough on the marriage too, because my wife goes, "Hey, I don't really see you that often," because when I leave for work, she gets home. She gets home at 4 a.m. So so she works in a casino. I work in the union. So it's nonstop, missing each other. So let's just say I love Brandon. I really do. I thank him for taking this fight. But I have 2.5 years of pent up fucking rage coming through the Trigon, and nothing against him. I'm excited to get punched, and I'm more excited to do some damage. I gotta feel that feeling again. It's been way too long.
Damn, man. Yeah, man. That was a question I was going to ask you. I'm like, you got a lot of pent up anger in you right now that you got to get out.
Yeah.
So like, you and Brandon, toe the line. You guys are ready to go. That bell rings, man. What's going through your head? Like, what do you want to do to this guy, man? You looking for a first round knockout? You like, what's up, man?
I don't know. You know, man, I'm in a weird situation because there's a big part of me that wants to just lay into him. Just but that's not really my style. My style is to keep the jab out there. But then again, I'm like, do I want to stay in there a little longer than I have to because I want to get that ring time in, that fight time? It's been 2.5 years. And my last fight in the Trigon only lasted like 46 seconds. So, I don't know. Yeah, Brandon's durable. He's extremely durable and he's tough. And he has a fighting style that complements my fighting style. Like I like the way he fights. Because a lot of times he swings with his head down and he has a really, really, really sneaky right hook that he catches people with because he doesn't throw it long. He likes to throw it short. So like, do I want to get him out of there really fast or do I want to have fun and enjoy the moment under those lights and share this moment with Brandon? Because I know afterwards we're just going to become better friends. But I don't know. We'll see, man. And they're 3-minute rounds. Other organizations are 2-minute rounds. Those 2-minute rounds go like fast. So it depends. Who knows, man? I might not want to be in there for 15 minutes. I might want to get out after 3. So we'll see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna find out, man. And you know what I think is cool too? Me and you from the same neighborhood in Brooklyn, which I find pretty cool. I mean, you're from Bay 50th. I'm from Bay 49th, which is like crazy. We're a block away.
Is that nuts?
I know. It's such a small world. It's crazy. And then I see a picture with you and Paulie back in the day, and now Paulie's going to be calling your fight, bro. Is this the first time Malinagi's calling one of your fights?
Yeah. Remember growing up in Brooklyn, I was a huge boxing fan. And that fight you played last, Chris Bird was announcing it. And I was a huge Chris Bird fan because he's a fellow Southpaw. And then, that picture of me and Paulie was taken. My father called him late at night. He goes, "Hey, welcome," and shit. I might have been like 17, Joe, like super young. Because you see how young Paulie was, and that's before he fought. I think that's before he fought Cotto and Cherry, all those guys.
He had the spiky hair, bro.
Yeah, so did I. You see the picture? I had hair. So I'll tell you how long ago it was. I'm excited, man. I'm blessed to have Paulie. I've always been a big fan of Paulie, and the way he speaks on the mic and how he's just he knows boxing. He knows what he's looking for. So I hope he talks to fellow, Bensonhurst brawler. Hopefully he talks him up, see how it goes.
Hey, I'm sure he will, man. I'm sure he'll bring that up too about being from Bensonhurst.
Isn't that crazy?
When I saw that picture, I was like, these guys, they look like they took that picture on 86th Street somewhere.
Yeah, no, it was right there on Bay 50th and Hallway.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, right in front of my apartment buildings. It's right across from John Dewey.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember the Hallway Avenue feast.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I used to Cropsey Bagel was my shit right there. I used to go to Cropsey Bagel.
Bro, I lived right across the street from Cropsey Bagel. So do you remember so there was the building on the corner right across the street from Cropsey Bagel, and I think it was Junie's, the little grocery store that was next door. And then I lived right on Bay 49 between Cropsey and Shore Parkway. So I was right by where Bell Parkway was, down that street.
So if you're standing in front of Cropsey and you're right across the street, the last building right before you go on the Bell Parkway, my father lived in that building right there. Yeah, he was like the third floor up.
Wait.
So it's the last, so it's right before the overpass, right before where you go to Pathmark. It's before that. You're standing in front of Cropsey, maybe to the left a little bit. It's the last building on the street before you hit the Parkway. Yeah. That's where he lived too.
That building was where that's where all my neighbors were. That was right on my block, bro, right on the corner.
We used to play the handball against all the Albanian kids at Cropsey Park. And you got the old Guineas playing bocce ball.
Oh, I remember that. I used to play with them when I was a kid. I was into like aggressive inline skating and shit. Mm-hmm. So we used to go over there, skate down the rails on the curbs and shit. Never touched the bocce court though. But those old guys, they'll kill you.
It's sacred.
It is sacred ground, bro. And then they were playing our scope while while they were waiting. Oh my God. Fun memories, man.
A lot of fun, man. And that's kind of the atmosphere I grew up in, man. That's what kind of brought me to fighting, man. Just being tough, and a lot of people don't have that type of upbringing, but it made me who I am today.
Oh, Brooklyn's a special place, man. I always tell people, especially Bensonhurst, our neighborhood. I mean, I tell people you just had to experience it. It's such a great place to grow up in. Back when we were coming up, now it's a mess. But
it's different.
back in the 80s and 90s, growing up, it was a good place to come from, man.
Yeah, Coney Island looks different now. It's not even Coney Island anymore. It's like it's a different Astroland or something weird.
Yeah, but actually, they did a good job over there. I went over
They
there
did.
to check it out.
Yeah.
It looks good.
They didn't do too bad. No, I miss it, but yeah, it's oh man, it's gonna be a fun fight, dude. I'm gonna just relish everything because who knows, man? Like this 2.5 year layoff is eye opening for me because you're fighting one day and you think you're gonna be busy, and look, 2.5 years later you still haven't punched anyone. So I'm gonna live in the moment and relish in it.
Good, you should, man. You've earned it. You deserve it. You've been on a long layoff, and who knows, man? Now that 185 division is open.
Yeah.
I could be a freaking title fight coming up very soon. They gotta stop putting straps on people in BYB. The promotion is growing, so this is there's a lot of potential in that 180. I'm sorry, you're fighting at 195. My apologies.
No, but I'm at 85. I think Brandon wanted to do a catch weight. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So hey, man, a lot of opportunity in BYB.
Yeah, that's my goal, man. I want to fight, win. Obviously, no one's overlooking Brandon, and then there's been names like a couple good guys like Chad Kelly. That kid's fucking tough as nails, and I think he's fighting overseas for the strap over there. Okay. But if he wins that fight, I'd love to fight him in the future. And I like the way he fights. He's tough, and I only want to fight tough guys. I don't want tomato cans. I'm not Jomi. I don't want to. You know what I mean? I like a challenge.
So you got a magic crystal ball in front of you, Joey.
Yeah.
And you're looking in this crystal ball.
Go ahead.
How do you say? Oh, cute puppy, by the way.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
What do you think? What do you think is your prediction for your fight against Brandon?
Third round stoppage. Yeah, third round stoppage. I think honestly, I'm just going to cut him up. And we have my coach Luis over at Uprising. We have a really good game plan for Brandon, and I think I'm slowly going to chip away at him. And I think third round stoppage. I don't think he answers the bell. So,
yeah, man, I'm excited for this one, man. I can't wait. Listen, I keep it neutral. I'm a professional, Joe, you're my guy from Bensonhurst, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I wish both of you guys nothing but the best of luck in there. As a fan, I'm very excited to see this fight happen. I really think it's going to be very entertaining for people to watch. So for everybody watching at home, tune in. It's going down May 28th in Biloxi. Joey Angelo makes his long-awaited 2.5-year return. Him and Brandon Johnson going head-to-head. Get ready, baby, because it's going to be action-packed.
Don't blink. Don't blink at all.
Don't blink, my man. Joey, I wish you the best of luck, my brother. It was great catching up with you. If you want to shout anybody out, whatever, this floor is yours, my brother.
Well, first, I need you to do me a favor, Joe.
What's up?
I need you to look up and see if there's any Italian food in Biloxi because I'm going to need a nice big pizza pie after the fight. Okay, you and I will split it. Second of all, I want to say thank you, man. You guys like you put us on the map. You give us a platform to grow our brand and to build up fights. So I like Big Mo said, you have an eye for talent and you're very good at what you do. So I appreciate you. Of course.
Thank you, my brother. That means a lot to me, my man.
And just know you're like that bocce ball court. You are sacred ground when it comes to bare knuckle. No one fucks with Joe Miggs.
My brother, man. My brother, I appreciate you. Much respect to you, my man. And I'll tell you what, and you're one of those guys. You're a true professional, and showing up on the podcast on time, early. You speak well, you present yourself well, you do your business, man. You work hard. And there's a lot of guys out there like you that are the same. And it's for me, what I really love about helping fighters promote themselves and get the word out is fighting in life. It's the same. I tell people, how do you, Joe, how do you do this? How do you get successful with podcasting and this and that? It's just hard work. It's just dedication. It's sacrifice. And that's what fighters do. And that's why I feel so connected with people that fight, because everything that I do in my life is not easy. It's hard. I got to wake up early, got to work. I got to put, after this, I do video editing. I go to the gym. There's so much involved. So with people like you that are waking up early in the morning, working 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., running to the gym, sacrificing time with family and friends and a social life to achieve a goal that you want to achieve. That I couldn't have more respect for people like you, So it is my pleasure to do this, man, because it keeps me motivated in my life, man. So thank you, my brother.
Of course, thank you, Joe. I appreciate the kind words, man. I'm excited to get in there and get interviewed by you. Just listen, before you interview me, just have a nice slice of pizza for me, please. I'm fucking hungry. That's it.
We're gonna have that pizza piping hot, bro.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Joe.
Anytime, my brother. God bless you. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks, baby. Let's do it.
All right, bye.
Later. There you have it, everybody. It's going down. Big shout, Joey Angelo, man. What a great guy. Not because he's my compadre from Brooklyn, Bensonhurst, but he's a good dude, man. So you definitely want to check out his fight. Again, May 28th, it's going down. Guys, thank you for joining. It's Thursday. What are you doing? It's almost 9 p.m. Eastern. You should be out drinking and trying to chase some tail or whatever you got to do out there. But listen, thank you for joining. My pops in the chat. Allie boy. Mike in the chat. Thank you, guys. My guys at Mission always showing love. And I respect you guys. And one thing I got to say about podcasters, okay? Stop. Whoever haters out there, you got to stop hating, bro. The idea is we all got to come together, lift each other up, help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like, life's too short. There's enough room for everybody to eat at the table. The ones that eat the most are the most hungry. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're hungry, you're going to eat. Don't complain if you're not eating. That means you're not hungry enough. So guys like my friends at Mish, much respect to you guys. We help each other out. And that's the way it should be. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I don't know. I'm just rambling now. So thank you. I salute. Have a great night. Take care. I ain't going to say it. Peace.